Thank you for the follow there, Maximus. Welcome to this video stream. We'll be live in just a few minutes. Another day, and another couple of matches here on the Spodia stream. Nice to see you all. Welcome to the Spodia stream. Nice to see you all here. Welcome this evening for some Tuesday night action from, from multiple different leagues tonight. We'll take a look at our schedule. We'll start with the Evolution Championship Series in its final week of the regular season, on an 8-week season, coming near its close. The other side of this matchup, though, it's going to be a Rocket League Splash Series matchup. We actually haven't had one of those booked already this week, so this is one of those matches, and it is, again, a pretty fun matchup here. Again, in the Rocket League Splash Series. Again, our first series, Sloth Shinobi versus Gomen, part of the Sovereign League. We've already seen Sloth Shinobi Actually, near the very beginning of the season, I think it was actually one of their first matches when they played against Evolve Royals on this stream. But obviously, for them, they didn't win that match against Evolve Royals, if you do remember it. On the other side for Gomen, for them, they've done very well. They actually even beat Evolve Royals in week 5. The only loss is actually to Gale Force, as is for Sloth Shinobis. Again, this is part of 2-match night. This is a best of 5 series here on the Spotia stream. And again, Sloth Shinobi, part of the Sloth Squad Nation organization. That's been on the stream a lot. Most recently, we saw them yesterday when they had Sloth Dojo beat Team Ignition in the Black Lion Championship Series. Against Gomen, this I believe is an unorged side, so for them, they're going to have a lot that they want to look at, I think. This is a big series for them. They've had a beautiful season here in the Sovereign League. This is C3, GC1, by the way, if you don't know. Again, with the record of 6-1, these guys have been absolutely insane. I don't think they've even made a single roster move, which is pretty impressive. On the other side for Sloth Shinobi, only made one, but that was actually at the very beginning of their season. The roster actually don't think has changed ever since we last saw them. So, again, these teams have not had that many changes, have been pretty solid overall. And while I mentioned Gomen being 6-1 and the favorites in this matchup, Sloth Shinobi are right behind them at 5-2. So, really isn't much separating these two sides. A good match here at the end of the regular season for seeding and for a lot of other things, mostly confidence at this point. These teams have done so well, they know they can do well in the playoff bracket no matter where they are and whoever they face in the first round. What it really comes down to is, how good are you? How much confidence do you have? This is a good match to really prove that. And again, going into the playoff bracket, you want as many wins as you can, as best as you can, because those playoff matches, I believe they might be all best 7, they might be mostly best 7. Whatever it is, it's scary. Those playoff brackets are no place you want to be. I have a lot to prepare for because, again, I believe they're all best of 7 and single elimination, so you lose and you're out. So no matter how good you are, your season can end very quickly. But for both these sides, nice thing about this matchup is, again, there is nothing on the line. This is for them to really prove themselves and maybe test some last things before you go into the playoff bracket, because once you go into the playoffs, that's the last place you want to be testing any play styles. We've got a prediction poll up, Sloth Shinobi or Gomen. The choice is yours for this best of 5 series. Again, after this, later tonight, we will have the Rocket League Splash series with Evolve Skylight and next to new Nomads. But now again, this is part of the Evolution Championship Series. This is Season 1, the ECS I should really call it. Here tonight, and again, a good match for a good reason. See how well these teams end off their season. Again, for how good it has been for these teams so far, there's still, I think at least, a lot of reasons to be concerned, and not because these teams are bad by any means. Again, 6-1, 5-2, very good records. More on the fact that, you know, upsets can happen, do happen, and it could happen to anybody in this grouping. So this matchup's going to be important just to prove that you can be the best you can, because getting good seeding does matter. But for these teams, really getting confidence to go to your first match and to do well against the lower seeded team, that's what's going to matter a lot more to them. And we're going to get these teams in here. Is actually right in the lobby is actually Sloth Shinobi, but their roster: Jonahim, Oblivion, and Riptide. I accidentally called Jonahim Jonahim, actually, last time. I thought his name was Jonahim. It's Jonahim. His name's Jonah. Again, in the lobby, leading Sloth Shinobi. So for Gomen, again, they have a couple options. We'll see who they do play tonight. Escape Plan being their captain. And it's 4 players: Escape Plan, Roxy, Finn, and a Big Bad Bullman. So we'll see which of those players are here tonight. In our first of 2 matches, we might have some time to join on in, but this is again part of the Sovereign League C3 GC1. Just wait on some information on how these players are doing. But they should be here any moment. For Gomen, they're actually getting some last-second warm-ups in before they join the lobby, which again they can. It is actually still technically before match start time, but Shinobi joined in early. They want to get this matchup started as soon as possible. I think they're just excited for this series, and I wouldn't blame them. It's week 8. You can end off your season with a beautiful win against a team like Gomen, who've been so solid this season. No matter what it is, no matter how the result for either of these sides, they're both doing so well this season that even a loss actually wouldn't be all that terrible, because it allows these teams to learn and to adjust. And again, they haven't played against a ton of teams that have been able to beat them so far, so another loss could just be another way to learn about what you can fix, because going into playoffs, again, if you don't know your issues, if you don't know what to work on, you're going to be left behind, and it's so easy in the bracket to be carried away in your matchups. Forget that your season is on the line in those matches. Again, it's not on the line for these teams here. They're both back into the playoffs, but into the final bracket, single elimination, so every match has the weight of the season behind it, and both these sides, again, no matter how well you do in your regular season, it can be taken away from you. As still waiting here on Gomen. They should be here any moment, though. Again, thank you all so much for joining tonight. It means so much to see so many of you guys in chat supporting your favorite team. Get your votes in, by the way. Again, there's still a few minutes left on that prediction poll, guys, to tell me who you think will take it. You have Sloth Shinobi, or do you have Gomen taking this one? It's Gomen. Speaking of Gomen, they actually just joined on in. Their players, Big Bad Bullman, Escape Plan, and Roxy, as well as Finn. So all of them are here today. We'll see which of these players they decide to go with. They have, again, 4 different players, so tons of options for who they can play and different lineups to go with. But for now, let's just get this series going. A best of 5 matchup here to end off the regular season for Sloth, Shinobi, and Gomen here. Sloth, obviously part of Sloth Squad Nation, on the blue, Gomen on the orange. A best of 5, as I mentioned already. For both these teams, the playoffs are already secured, but follows the playoffs what follows this regular season is the playoffs, and is a very tense situation. So even with this regular season practically being closed for both these sides, wins, especially late in the season, especially confidence-making wins, that's going to matter a lot more for these sides. For both these teams, this match doesn't matter in a technical sense, but it does matter in a mentality sense. Since both these teams have done so well this season, being able to end it on a big win, especially against another very tough side, is going to be huge for them. But again, it's going to take a lot of work. It's going to be a long battle, I expect. I don't think it's going to be a very quick series by any means. But we'll start with Sloth Shinobi, as Jonaham with goal 1. Just bounced off the corner here from Riptide. That's around Finn as well, and that really does open up all the space for him in the corner, where Gomen just aren't ready to challenge him. Little Deke gives you room here. Gomen thrown in for a loop here. Sloth Shinobi will take the first strike. Gomen will be looking to respond, and they'll be looking for it quickly here. And they haven't had any real chance on offense, so I can't really say how this team's going to be playing tonight, what they're going to go for. Whatever it is, they have to show us what they're going to do soon enough, because again, they're the ones that have conceded. They're the ones that need to score back. And more importantly, they're the ones who have to score back a couple times and do it quickly here. That play off the back wall. Gomen already reaching for some back wall clears. Only trying to catch Sloth Shinobi in some whiffs, which do happen often at this level. Back wall is such a friend of so many teams here, because they recognize of how much of an issue it is for even teams at this level to get to the back wall and make the clear. Again, these are top teams. They probably have to deal with a lot of those kind of touches. Generally, we see a lot of these top teams become more consistent, where maybe they don't always make the perfect touch, but they make a touch, which is better than nothing. Especially on the back wall, where teams are waiting for you to whiff. So far for Gomen, again, just testing Sloth Shinobi, but Shinobi has not faltered yet. Another chance here. Finn won't get it. Oblivion with some dribble and some movement. Again, just getting past one player gives them all this room to work with. Gomen so trusting on each other in their rotations, but it's for a good reason, as it's Sloth Shinobi with the overcommits, and it's Gomen who will answer back, as Riptide and Jonah just a bit too slow to beat Roxy, who does a great job in the 1v2. And he sets up Finn for what is not an easy shot, but one that he will make. Gomen will answer back. Just tie this game up at 1. Shinobi still panicking in front, and that play nearly worked for them, but Gomen will have enough waiting there for the response. Now clear from Finn. We'll go straight to Jonah. Riptide trying to turn on quickly, but Gomen who cleared away, and once again, try to rely on those midfield challenges, just trying to outpace Sloth Shinobi to 1 or 2 of these balls. Really big field. Again, these teams rely on each other to be so consistent so often that 1 or 2 really good challenges is enough to break them down. Again, Sloth Shinobi really utilized that a lot more on these plays, but they're just trying to beat these Gomen players 1 by 1 because it gives them so much room to work with. Still, the reason why Gomen's at the top of the league, because even with them, maybe with that weakness and that spacing, they're still so consistent that they aren't getting many chances to Sloth Shinobi here, and Gomen will look to keep it that way as Sloth score first in game 1, but still searching, and that play will be lured away by escape plan. Jonah out to Oblivion. Escape plan. Challenged by Riptide. Sloth Shinobi looking to continue the offense, but Roxy will clear. Jonah Sloth Shinobi keeping in the midfield. Jonah still, but he's outran the ball, and that's going to be one where Gomen will collect, but they won't keep it for long here as Sloth continue to go upfield. Oblivion. No boost to work with, but a miss off the back wall, and Sloth Shinobi will take the lead. Actually, 2 whiffs there. That initial play, not even close, as Roxy now whiffs off the back wall, and Oblivion will take it there. Both Escape Plan and Roxy. There's some misses there, and it's going to cost Gomen. Sloth Shinobi will. Well, now they have a 1-goal lead. Now the question comes, is are they going to play defensively? Are they going to sit back more? They're going to play that same upfield play. They may not have a time to do so as Gomen nearly found that one off a great aerial pass. It will be kept away as Finn still challenging, but Riptide will clear it back. Roxy now, beat in the midfield. Escape plan will wait down Gomen once again. One player gets beat and there's so much space for Sloth Shinobi to work with, and they really do utilize that space so well. Gomen, they need to close down these rotations. Maybe this is their chance to do it here in the midfield, but once again, 1 challenge from Sloth Shinobi gets rid of all the pressure from Gomen. As Roxy will clear this one down the field, and Finn might be the first to it, but a miss off the back wall. Gomen's got a chance. Oblivion will chase this one down and keep escape plan out, but still Gomen are up for it. This one laying in the midfield. Jonah will clear it wide, and Sloth Shinobi will keep the ball away for now. Riptide. Now Oblivion. 1 by 1, they march upfield. Sloth Shinobi looking to take 1 more goal to solidify game 1 for them. They may not have to do it here with the amount of offensive pressure they are imposing. Gomen gonna clear this ball out, but Sloth Shinobi giving them no efforts, no work, and no way to break. It's Oblivion to dribble. Escape plan keeps it up, but it's Sloth Shinobi who will hit this one away. Gomen on low boost and low morale. We'll see game 1 end against them. Sloth Shinobi will take the start of the series. As for Gomen, only 3 shots on their side. It was a struggle for them from start to finish to break through that midfield more often than not. Well, it wasn't anything crazy. Gomen was waiting more for mistakes, and they're actually getting a call here for a lobby remake, so these teams want to reset the lobby here, so we will quickly remake it for you guys. Apologies on the delays there, but again, it felt like that game, that both these teams were holding themselves back. Obviously, maybe it's because of the internet issues. As 1 second, I'm gonna get these teams back in. So again, we'll get these teams in for game number 2. Sloth Shinobi, game 1 will still count for them, but in the game 2, hopefully the ping will be better for these teams. Sometimes I do have issues with getting good servers for sides. It does happen. It is Rocket League after all. So here we go. We'll go into game number 2. Sloth Shinobi again still guaranteed game number 1 there for the win, but going into game 2. As we might get another reset here from between these sides. We have another pretty bad server. I don't know what's up with these servers and why they are so terrible, but we're gonna get another lobby reset. So 1 sec, we're gonna get another lobby reset here. I apologize for these issues. I don't know what on earth is happening. I promise you, I am trying my hardest here, but as again, 1 second. Let's try again. And if this doesn't work, I feel so bad for these teams because I'm not trying to get bad servers. I'm just, it's basically like roulette playing like this. But sometimes it just happens where the servers just aren't very good. Again, apologies on the delays here. We're gonna get these teams back in hopefully any moment by now. Okay, this one looks a little bit better. So hopefully, it looks good for me. I don't know if it's gonna be good for them, but it looks good for me. So. Hopefully, I think the server's gonna be better, so I'm gonna pause on those issues. Hopefully they will not persist. As again, we'll get these teams in any moment here. Again, still waiting, we're gonna go and get ourselves to game number 2. As again, we're having some lobby issues. It does mean that we're going to have a substantial break between Game 1 and Game 2. Unfortunately, these teams don't mind too much. There we go. This one should be better. Yeah, this one looks a lot better. Yeah, this one's good. Okay, this is a good lobby. So we got Game 2 here. So, sorry about that, everybody. This one's a lot better. We're going into game number 2 now, finally. Sloth Shinobi versus Gomen. Sorry about that delay, but fortunately for Sloth Shinobi, game 1 still counts for them. But Gomen on the other side, again, had a good amount of time to talk things through. Oh, again, we were resetting the lobbies. Though, I don't know how much that break in between games is really going to help them because it did feel like game 1, again, especially with the ping being such an issue, slowed these teams down by a pretty substantial amount. And, as the series continues, I don't expect that game 1 to be much of anything when it comes into predicting what the rest of the series will be like. As it is Sloth Shinobi. Off to him, back wall from Jonahim. He'll allow Riptide to clear and keep this one going, but Gomen again waiting in the midfield and a fake by Roxy. Now he's almost gotten 2 there, but Jonahim will clear the ball away. Sloth Shinobi won't give him any space, and Gomen right now trying to put in a bit of trickery here. They are realizing they're getting beat to a lot of these 50-50s, a lot of these challenges. Plays that they're relying on. They've got to do something to make Sloth Shinobi doubt a little bit and their ability to go for the ball. They can't win the challenges, and they got to do something else to beat them. And the best way to do it is hold possession of the ball and make them challenge first. Wait for your response, and they have done that, but it's Sloth Shinobi still on the offensive attack and being so close to what could be goal 1 in the series. Jonahim. This one cleared away by Finn. Riptide now off the corner. Have Roxy waiting there as it's Gomen. Down the field again. Jonahim. Off Shinobi. Relying on that rotation so far. Both these teams relying on a pretty strict rotation. Again, we're already seeing this game. A lot more speed, a lot more pace of the ball, and a lot less openings for scoring. I expect this game, honestly, versus last game to be a lot less scoring, but Sloth Shinobi still up for goal number 1, but only Cryptid's there for the challenge, and it won't end up going anywhere. Gomen will clear again. Roxy to the corner. Riptide won't let it stay in the midfield, but Finn already sending it back, and it's Sloth Shinobi right now waiting for openings. It's Gomen staying close, and again, we're seeing, again, a much faster pace this game. Much more aggressive sides who are much more willing to go for net. This is the kind of change we need to see from Gomen. Game 2, what a great time to do it here, because right now they look exceptionally willing to be the ones to score first. And over all the scares of Game 1, I think are behind them now for Gomen. Whatever happened in Game 1, it doesn't matter anymore for them because they're coming to Game 2 as if this is a new series, and that might help them here as Big Bad Bullman will put in the first strike. And for Gomen, after almost 3 minutes of gameplay this here in Game 2, they finally get one of a little bit of a 50-50 in the midfield. Again, that's what's required to get these goals. It's very difficult now for teams to get those kind of strikes because it's just not... Because we're just not seeing that same kind of space given away. It was a lot more tight, a lot more claustrophobic even at times between both these teams, and I think that's by design with how fast they're trying to challenge the ball, but it's Gomen right now who are in the lead, who don't have to score anymore if they don't want to. Although they will have to rely on their defense to play well, and a good offense will definitely prevent them from having to worry about the defense. There's Oblivion. No boost to work with. We'll get the demo though. The ball is in the midfield, and Sloth Shinobi are not looking comfortable near it. Trying to find a clear. Gomen are keeping them at. Riptide. This one sent towards net, but it will be saved away by Finn, and it's Gomen again who are still on the offensive attack, albeit they are losing the amount of pressure, the amount of control, and the amount of influence they had in it. As a clear from Jonahim, that one off the crossbar. Nearly a strike right back from Sloth Shinobi. They've had very few offensive chances at all this game. What a goal that would have been if it had just been a little bit lower. Sloth Shinobi be invigorated from that chance, but will they have another one quite like it? They may not, and it may not come easily because Gomen have scored again, this time by Roxy. As Jonahim challenged Finn there, but again, far too slow to these 50-50s. As it's a 2-0 lead for Gomen, as we see a raid coming in from Bam Deadstroke. Thank you for the fault raid, Bam Deadstroke. How are you doing tonight? Hopefully your day was good. What were you streaming? If I'm not wrong, I think you were streaming actually a Ascent Tournament Series match, so thank you for raiding to me. I'm actually one of the ones who runs that league. Always support people showing support to the Ascent Tournament Series. Right now, though, we're streaming for the Evolution Championship Series. I do not run this league. This is a different league. As Sloth Shinobi and Gomen in their final week of the regular season, looking to be the better team. And right now in Game 2, Gomen are answering back for that Game 1 loss. As a flip reset from Finn gets past Cryptid, and Oblivion stuck on the goal line. What a shot. That's going to put a dent in the defense. Is this a beautiful response from Gomen? That, I don't think is going to put any doubts in their mind on who's taking Game 2. It's going to be them, and a very confident display of offense. As, oh, another fake coming in, but this time will be saved by Jonahim. Not that it really matters. Sloth Shinobi will not get a goal this game. They had very little on offense to even talk about. This was Gomen with a revenge in this series. And it is Gomen will shut out Sloth Shinobi, only giving them 3 shots compared to their 11. Yeah, this is a revenge match for Gomen. And they did very well with it, as I see Bam Stroke saying it was Team C versus DNA Weeping Demons. Who won that match, my friend? It must have been a pretty good series. I've seen both those teams on stream. They're both very solid. Game 3. Match points for whoever wants it. The final week of the regular season. As I mentioned, for both these teams, they're already going to make the playoffs, but confidence much more important in their minds right now. Especially with those matches being best of 7s. Getting early starts will be important. And that's going to do it for them there. And as Gomen with another early strike here after that Game 1 disappointment. They have not stopped since. It will be Gomen with the first strike, as I see in chat. It's DNA Weeping Demons who won 3-1. I think they are I think they were the favorites coming into that matchup. So, congratulations, Hawkstream, if you are watching. Right now we're watching Gomen. They might do the same thing here. Look to take a 3-1 because they are playing that way. As Finn in the Merc. Yeah, Finn is in the Merc, and what an interesting choice that is for Finn. Doesn't seem like it's stopping Gomen, though, even with them being in what I must say is one of the funniest looking cars that we've seen in a while. Very rarely do you see people play in cars that aren't, you know, your regular, your Octane, your Dominus, your Fennec. Usually people do play in other cars. It is not Merc hitboxes. It's usually stuff like breakout hitboxes or plank hitboxes. Usually one of those really flat cars. Not usually the Merc, which is considerably taller than most cars. As, oh my goodness, Cryptid's gonna get a skull right back. Sloth Shinobi. Inside the first minute of answer back here, they little touch from Cryptid, and it's just a miss from Big Bad Bullman there, who must have thought he had a more direct play to the net. He didn't. He just didn't have another touch on that one. It just goes behind him in the net. Gomen overthought that play a little bit. Sloth Shinobi will have to find another way to score, because for Gomen, again, they're rarely going to make mistakes, and Sloth Shinobi, it's going to be a lot of utilizing teamwork, and you're seeing them do that here already on offense. Some of these players are, you know, resulting in passes, resulting in connections, or at least attempted connections. Sloth Shinobi much more team-oriented right now, and for good reason. I don't think they're going to win on solo plays against Gomen, who, again, we saw already last game, can play the solo efforts. Waits well as going to him. Big Bad Bullman will miss the ball, but Roxy will hit it back, and Gomen still with it, but a challenge from Sloth Shinobi will be cleared away by Roxy. Go to him. Off the back wall, he's going to get that pinch as well. Just slowing down Gomen even more. Can't even get through the midfield at this point. Sloth Shinobi returning the favor from what we saw last game from Gomen. Now it's their turn to do all they want on offensive pressure, and they are winning it decisively. Cryptid, maybe there's a chance there, and he's got it from the corner. Sloth Shinobi, another goal from Cryptid from the exact same offensive corner, and again he catches Gomen, not expecting this kind of play from him. A little pop in front. It's really not all that difficult of a shot, but he does it at such a quick pace, such a quick turn, that Gomen aren't ready for it. Gives Sloth Shinobi the lead. Gomen still on the attack. It is them who can answer back here. Half the game to go. Won't be a very quick process, that's for sure. It's going to take them a lot of effort, a lot of offense, which is something that they have not been able to do this game, with them losing the midfield so often to Sloth Shinobi here. You get a sense these kind of games are teeter-totters, where no one team seems able to control this series. It just goes back and forth, bouncing between sides. While Sloth Shinobi are becoming much more aggressive, much more demo-heavy as well. Still seeing Sloth Shinobi win the important challenges and get the ball away. Sloth Shinobi just don't have that same offense. And again, it goes so ironically similar to how Game 2 felt for Sloth Shinobi. They had nothing to work with on offense, and no wins in the midfield. As Gomen already down to a minute and a half, and I'm turning out for this side. Again, it didn't feel like very long ago when we were halfway through this game and they were down 2-1. I'm sticking away quickly for Gomen. They've got to score soon, and this might be the chance. Our demo sets up Noxie, but he'll miss, and Finn won't get the shot either. Sloth Shinobi will hit it away. Oblivion. Interesting first touch. Well, actually got the dunk there, but it just goes all the way back for Jonahim. And his touch, actually a misplay there. Finn to go for a goal, and it will be crypted to be there to save, but Gomen now with a quick offensive. Won't be able to score on it, but still seeing them fighting for the game, for, again, what is the chance to hold match point here earlier in the series. Sloth Shinobi, clear again. Cryptid up, redirect, not on. Big Bad Bullman will clear. And Gomen will keep the ball away. Here's another chance on target. Jonahim will keep him out. Finn won't beat him. Gomen will have to wait, although not for very long. There's another play downfield. Here's a final shot, and it does find the back of the net. Big Bad Bullman will even up the scoreline for Gomen here in Game 2. As Sloth Shinobi not able to keep up. I see a lot of you in chat mentioning Sloth Shinobi not going down on a fight. You can say much the same for Gomen, with how they've been acting. Less than 30 seconds to go. Sloth Shinobi still on the verge of what would be match point here if they can just take one more goal, but it may not come as Gomen to shoot. Great save away. Now, Noxie. We didn't get much of anything on that play, but a little overplay from Oblivion. He nearly lost the ball there, but Gomen weren't expecting it. And they will not find much of a chance at the end of this game. In fact, Sloth Shinobi giving them no chance, but Gomen keep it up. Noxie up to the back wall, but nobody waiting in front. And that will go down for overtime. In Game 3, with match one on the line, whose goal's gonna end it? It nearly was Jonahim. But Sloth Shinobi will be kept out by the post. As here comes Gomen, it's Finn on the mark, gets the dunk. That one through Oblivion, Jonahim now. Big Bad Moment will keep him away. This one off the crossbar, bouncing in front, but it will be clipped with just enough of the ball. Here goes Roxy again. Oblivion is there. Triple commit from Sloth Shinobi. Now it's Finn. This one saved away by Cryptid. And it's Sloth Shinobi holding on to Game 3. As this ball gets away, Oblivion, a bump in front of the net's wide open. Oblivion to shoot, but Roxy will be there. And it's Gomen, who likewise play the defense. Their side as well, the overtime, bringing out the best of these teams, but it will be ended here. Oblivion will take Game 3 and match point for Sloth Shinobi. A beat on Finn, and that's all she wrote. Sloth Shinobi, one game away from taking the series. What a match it has been so far. No shortage of action, no shortage of insane plays. Gomen could not score first, and it does feel like that first goal has been a huge influencer for these teams. So far in every game, I believe the team that has scored first has been the one to win, no matter the circumstances. It's true here. Look at the shots here, 13-8. Heavy shooting this game. It made me feel like this was the game with the vast majority of with the best amount of offense and the most of it that we've seen of any game so far this series. And I expect to see it continue. The game continues on. Gomen, Sloth Shinobi, back in for game number 4. For Sloth Shinobi on the verge of taking down Gomen, the team has only lost once before this season. Again, as I said, playoffs only secured for both these sides, so this match doesn't matter in that sense. When it comes to the confidence in the playoffs, that's where the win is going to be had here. As here's Gomen, who will keep the ball away. Sloth Shinobi looking to challenge, but he'll be Noxie with it as Gomen will flick the ball away. Roxy, this one up the back wall. In front, Oblivion will not get much of a touch on it, and it leaves it for Finn, who has changed back to the Fennec this game, so wasn't happy with how the Merc went last game for him, for obvious reasons, and gonna see the difference making here as Shinobi look to keep him out. It's Gomen. Not much to go for there. Sloth Shinobi waiting on the back wall, but a clear from Oblivion will give them room to work with and some space to breathe in. Gomen still challenging, but Sloth Shinobi trying to keep them at arm's length, but you can just see this Gomen side angry, furious. They lost game 3 in overtime, so for them, they have every reason to be upset about this series. They have not played as well as we saw them in game 2. If they can recreate that, they would have no issue taking this series. But they haven't been able to. Sloth Shinobi definitely caught on to that lack of consistency. Again, for Gomen, they're the ones who are definitely a little bit more upset, a little more emotional in this game, based on the fact that, again, that last game was so terrible for them, and this game has not started off perfectly for them either. Sloth Shinobi to just get a couple chances on that net as touch up field there from Jonahem was looking for Riptide, but it won't end up going that way. Sloth Shinobi still on offense, Riptide just keeping the ball away, recognizing, I think, that Jonahem actually was still trying to respawn from that demo all the way back. If he doesn't get a good touch there, if he doesn't keep the ball away from Gomen, they're going to have a breakaway chance. So in that position, that was actually more of a defensive touch than it was for offense. Well, Shinobi, I think they're going to be pretty happy because they still keep offense even with it. And they'll continue to shoot as Jonahem to shoot that one! That's finding the top right corner, and Sloth Shinobi are 1 goal closer to taking game 4. As Gomen, their woes only continue this series. As Sloth Shinobi continue to keep them out. Still Sloth, who can only have that 1 goal lead. It's no safe lead at this point in the game or even in the series. How aggressive Gomen has been already. Goals for them seem likely. I wouldn't trust in that 1 goal lead to stand, but Sloth Shinobi are keeping it for now as a impressive save from Jonahem off his post as well. That is about as close as it has been so far for Gomen to getting in that net. But look again though, Oblivion won't have it. Jonahem will keep Finn away from shooting. Gomen still on the ball as a open net to take on. Oblivion will be there. Preach up that play quite well. Just made himself big, made Sloth Shinobi better. As they're still dealing with the pressure, Finn to shoot it! And it is Gomen who will find the goal at last. And just this is a 1-2-1 passing play. Beautiful from Gomen. Only considering the pressure onward. As Sloth Shinobi turning to play second best at times, and I mean, we saw just how much defense they had to play at that point. They've had some insane saves. Just like last game, it does feel like at times, the Sloth Shinobi side just isn't getting offense. And they're going to struggle if they don't push upfield easily here, because Gomen is willing to take this to game 5, is willing to keep the series going. It will be Sloth Shinobi who, again, can end it here, but in Champions Field, you don't really want to be in that position. Gomen will continue to look for what would be the go-ahead goal here at this point as Finn off to the sidewall. Riptide will let him go for this, and Gomen aren't going to get much of anything on that play. Although it does stay close to that Sloth Shinobi net. Again, not much happening there. Sloth Shinobi, well, it didn't look exactly calm on the defensive side. It wasn't like they're in any major danger either, with Gomen's relatively predictable plays on the offense there. This one not so predictable, but it will be Finn to be there. And actually he's going to get a flip reset to keep Sloth Shinobi out, but not very well. Oblivion, flip reset himself, now the pinch in front, but no challenge coming in. I think Sloth Shinobi had Riptide waiting, but I think he got bumped out, and it's only going to make things tougher. But here's another chance for Riptide, and Finn will clear. 2v1 play, it's Gomen. Actually, 3v1. It's Finn in front. Oblivion will clear, and now Gomen the other way. They're the ones with low on defense. But no delay from Sloth Shinobi. And with 30 seconds left, this game stays tied for now. As Roxy in the midfield, Riptide was looking for quite the redirect. You'll get a little more than a light tap on the ball. That's Sloth Shinobi still searching as that one almost hit off the post. Finn will wait for it. Oh my goodness. That is a tense play for him on defense, but it keeps Gomen in it here at 0 seconds. They're keeping this ball up here. Sloth Shinobi wants none of this. They'll go to overtime again for the second time this series. And for Sloth Shinobi, if they can win the second overtime in a row, this series, this victory will be theirs, but it's easier said than done. We've seen Gomen already become that stronger team at creating opportunities on offense. Sloth Shinobi, I think, have a much tougher time right now in this overtime than Gomen do. And that may ring true here as nearly the game winner there for Gomen. Jonaham will just send this out, get Sloth Shinobi some space to work with and to recuperate. Riptide with the dunk on. Big bad mole man will have the ball cleared, but still it's Gomen who are continuing just to clear this ball long, and Sloth Shinobi are continuing to respect that they do not have the midfield under control. Gomen are perfectly aware of this. There's a reason they aren't trying to play nearly as aggressively anymore. They're winning the midfield so well, they don't have to. Time will help them as a shot from Finn. Oh, he does it by himself. And Gomen will take this series to Game 5. It will happen in overtime. The team with the better chances will eventually take them. It is Finn keeping Gomen in it. We will head off to Champions Field. And this match, again, is just so even, but you're getting the sense that in these games, there's always one team that's stronger than the other every single turn, and I still feel like we're getting much of that here. As we head on to Champions Field, Game 5. Gomen and Sloth Shinobi. One game left to decide the series here, the final week of the regular season. With the playoffs, ahead for both these sides. Already, what a match this has been. It's been close since to the very end, and I've loved every second of his Oblivion. Left reset, couldn't get the second touch. Nearly just decided to do everything for Sloth Shinobi on offense, but it will not work as Gomen now. Their chance, Finn, who's been leading the offense ever since that second game. It's been him who's been on the end of most of the goals for Gomen. He was the one that won Game 4 for them in that overtime. It was his solo effort, his dribble, that allowed Gomen to be in this place in the first place. Shinobi, now that we are here, reset game. They're looking to take the offense just like as they have done in past games. And you get the sense that it's a tug of war between these sides, really. Someone's gonna have to come out on top, and it might be Sloth Shinobi as Oblivion with a free open net there. Gomen caught lacking as it is Finn who looked at the boost. I think he wanted that corner boost there, but by the point he realized he couldn't get to it, he was already well out of net. Sloth Shinobi with about as easy of a shot as it will be this series. Gomen with a giveaway that just comes out of nowhere. And Sloth Shinobi will continue the shooting as Oblivion! Oh, he's done another one! 2 goals on his first 3 shots. Oblivion, I can't believe he found that touch. Just some incredible creativity on the spot as well. That is not what he meant to do in that play, but as soon as he found himself in that position, he fought quickly to get himself to the ball and just get that shot pass. Recognize Gomen. Again, we're not respecting him. Oh, but they won't have to in that play because a miss from Cryptid will mean Big Bad Bullman will score right back, and already 3 goals from both these sides. No shortage on the scorekeeping, that's for sure. As Gomen will put one right back. I still, again, get this kind of sense that there's still a lot more goals to come in this game. That we are far from ending the scoring here. Maybe Sloth Shinobi will add the next one. Cryptid up by himself, and oh, we got a little help there from a Gomen defender, but it will be pinched in the back of the net. As it was Roxy who came in that corner. He knew that Finn was going to get to that ball, but he didn't help him in any way by pinching it at his own goal. Sloth Shinobi, who once again regained their 2-goal lead quite quickly as well. They're going to put a damper on the mood of Gomen seeing that all the work they've gone through, great goal they had before, is essentially erased at this point. They'll have to look again, and oh, they nearly got one there. There's the bad touch on the back wall there from Jonaham. Nearly cost his team, but hurt him there as Cryptid now in front of the challenge early from Finn will mean Gomen continue the scoring in their favor. Apart from out it is as just some panic from Sloth, Shinobi, and just some errant touches here. They really did make things tougher for them. You could tell, you could sense the chaos they're under, and in Game 5, it's so easy to panic. Gomen looking to try to complete that comeback. 3 minutes left. We've already seen 5 goals, so again, as I said, no shortage of scoring. Only going to get bigger and bigger for these sides as Big Bad Bowman. This one's a demo in front. Will mean it's wide open. Gomen have tied the game up. And the scoring only increases from here on out. As it is Gomen again on offense. This being the game that will decide the series, no team is pulling any shortage of offensive stops out here. This is a shootout. It is one where both teams are evenly matched for now. As Finn, a demo, now gets one on Oblivion! And another open net! This time scored by Roxy! As Finn once again going on the ultra aggressive. Just remove Sloth Shinobi from the defense. And Gomen with 3 goals unanswered. This game will not end. Honestly, with how many goals we're seeing, I'm all here for it. As Big Bad Bowman off the ceiling, Jonaham, the back wall, Oblivion won't be able to get the touch there, but he will keep it out for Cryptid. Sloth Shinobi still attack. Oblivion wins the challenge. Cryptid leaving it. Jonaham stopped by Big Bad Bowman. And Gomen will look to hold their 1-goal lead for now, but Sloth Shinobi quick to ask the questions. And from what we've seen already, Sloth Shinobi, it's not even that they could come back. I have a feeling they will come back, just by the fact that we've seen these teams score so often. It feels like it's more unlikely for them not to score next than it is for them to score. That's how high scoring this has been, as maybe it's scripted to do it, but there'll be another clear out of the way here from Gomen. Now Jonaham, bouncer in front, it's missed by Roxy. Finn won't have it either, and Roxy's awkward, but he will clear it out, and it's Gomen to go the other way, and it is Roxy to score. And Gomen catching an overcommit from Sloth Shinobi. Their offense has already shown us what it can do, but plays like those aren't going to be much of a difficulty for them. Sloth Shinobi with their work cut out for them. Keeping the ball in field. Finn will catch up to it. And only muster 1 touch before Oblivion takes it away. Roxy will save, but Sloth Shinobi still unwilling to falter. As Roxy, Oblivion, not even close to that one. Sloth Shinobi will clear the ball away as Finn to the back wall, looking for one more for Gomen, and this might be their chance, and it will be for Roxy to complete his hat trick. They have not conceded since being 3-1 down. And with them having scored 5 goals, and Gomen have just turned up the jets at the perfect time. Sloth Shinobi with no answer as almost another goal goes in. Roxy nearly tucked that one into the back corner. At this point for Gomen, only happiness for them and only celebratory moods because, I mean, this game's already secured. There's no way Sloth Shinobi come back with so little time remaining. What a series this has been. Ends in a bit of a one-sided manner, but for the start of this game, it was really anybody's to take. There's so many goals scored early. He did make this quite interesting, but it will be Gomen to take the series, although Sloth Shinobi will not leave without one more goal. It being the end of the regular season for both these sides, both of them play quite well in the series, so I would definitely say I'd be confident for both these teams going to that final bracket. But if you care only about who wins, let's Gomen tonight. Winning Game 5 over Sloth Shinobi here. And no stopping the Gomen offense. A 3-2 victory. Just great play from Gomen all around. Again, they are the ones to take this one. Again, what a Game 5 it was. As Bamdos was saying, have a good one. Of course, no problem. Have a great night. And if you guys do want to stick around, we still have one more match after this, so you're not done with the action, that's for sure. Thank you for the cast, of course. Escape plan. Congratulations on your win here. Got a 3-2 victories. We go to our schedule again. It will be Evolve Skylight versus next to new Nomads on this stream next. For the Rocket League Splash Series. Again, this is a pretty big match. We've seen these... Well, we haven't seen this new version of Evolve Skylight yet, but they are insane. So I think that's a good kind of update for you guys to see what it will be like. But again, a big series coming up. It's going to be Evolve Skylight. Next to the Nomads, our next series up. Be another best of 5. But for now, we're going to go to a break. We'll be back soon. Hey, Tommy the Ruckus, thank you for the raid. Welcome to this video stream. Nice to see you, man. Hopefully your night has been well. I know you've been very busy. I know you had a lot of next to do teams on your side. Hopefully they had some good matches for you. Hello everybody and welcome back to the sportiest stream. Nice to see you all here. We've got one more match tonight. It's been a surprisingly tiring night for me. I don't know why it has been, but to be fair, our last series was pretty exhausting. We went to Game 5. It was an incredible match from start to finish. Gomen did take the victory at the end of it against Sloth Shinobi. Our upcoming series is Evolve Skylight taking on next to new Nomads, or a Rocket League Splash Series matchup, which surprised we actually haven't had more bookings of that earlier this week. They generally like to book me pretty early, but it is week 5, and I know like midway through the season, sometimes things get a bit slow. We'll hopefully get a couple of matches for the Rocket League Splash Series this week. Now though, getting things sorted out here. Well, again, what will be a best of 5 matchup. Let me get a prediction poll for these sides. I think they'd like to have that. Again, we've seen Evolve Skylight actually. The last time we saw them, though, was when they won the Ascension Cup, I believe. So we haven't seen them in a while, but when I say this, they are no stranger to being a solid team here in the series. I mean, they are currently 4-0. They have not lost at all this season. If actually Nomads, they're a solid team themselves, but they're 2-2. Their losses go to 100x Panda and to Downshift. I believe we saw both of those losses on this stream. In fact, actually, Evolve Skylight have already beaten 100x Panda this season as well, so whatever's happening here, again, it's Evolve Skylight who do seem to be that better team in so many different ways, but again, you can't discredit how good this next to new side is. Unfortunately for them, though, again, their season is one where it has had its issues, it's had its hiccups. Our team that is solid. There's so many teams in this league that can be so good in the Riptide Cup that are having tougher times. I think specifically their last one, Panda, really did hurt them this season. It really doesn't make things any easier for them. And right now they're in kind of the middle of the group. They're actually literally the middle at that number 4 seed. Whereas Evolve Skylight are actually the number 1 seed in the group, not surprisingly, with them being undefeated. And we'll get these teams in as soon as we can. As I think what's interesting to talk about this roster, and you know, is that they're also undefeated in the Ascension Cup as well, the ATS version. They're actually currently 5-0 in that league, so they don't lose often. This is a team at this high champ level are one of the best. They've been together for a while. The reason why they won Ascension Cup Season 0 and are, you know, poised to potentially take Ascension Cup Season 1. The reason why here in the Rocket League Splashers, there's a good chance they may be a team that wins the whole thing. It would not be a surprise for me if that is what happens. For now, again, just gonna get things hopefully sorted out. Prediction poll is live. Who do you think will take this one here in this Rocket League Splash Series matchup? Again, we already saw Game 5. We might see another one this series. Definitely a important one for both these sides, but we'll have to see how important it really is. Again, I know for a lot of Evolve fans, they're going to want to see this series. It's pretty important to watch, again, Evolve Skylight look to continue their successful season against the next new Nomads. This will be a team that will definitely test them, although I don't know if anybody's going to be able to beat Evolve Skylight this season. They have just been so good at everything. And As well as they do it with these. They have been. They've been winning their matches pretty quickly here. Only on the game 5 once, and that was against Adrenaline Esports Dropouts. This team does have weaknesses, but they're not easy, and they definitely don't give it to you for free. You've really got to find them. And it can change. This is one of those teams where consistency seems to be the only real major thing they look at, and can be their issue. Again, we'll get these teams in the lobby as soon as we end here. As apologies for the bright screen. Looking at the sponsors, just to make sure I let you guys know again, this Rocket League Splash Series Season 5 is sponsored by GamesOn.tv, Invispar Entertainment, Latin 7 Gaming, Hetty Scarf Gang, Purchase and Resell, and Claim to Fame. Just have to make sure we got all of sponsors mentioned here. As hello coming in. Take a look. Who is it? It is by Gamer Mama. Thank you for the follow, Gamer Mama. Welcome to the Spodia stream. Nice to see you guys here. As we have to see how playoffs go then. Yeah, that is always how things go. There's another follow coming in from JNNRLBS. Thank you for the follow. Welcome to the Spodia stream, JNN. Hopefully you're doing well here. Again, we'll get these teams in as soon as we can. We're getting a message as well in chat from Frenzy, or Hysteria, actually, he's better. That this is C's last, his second match. His last match, I'm sure, was also in the RLSS. That's what I meant to say. This is not his last match. He's just got added to this team. It'd be a bad thing if this was his last match on this side. It would not be a very good run for C's. But no, this is his second match on Evolve Skylight. Again, this guy's been exceptionally successful so far. The last time he played was probably against Hunter Panda last week. They did win 3-1. Again, we'll get these teams in as soon as we can for, again, what should be a pretty exciting best-of-5 series. A lot of solid players. Again, we got Borb, C's, Astro, who also goes by Coaster Galaxy. If you guys don't know, if you guys don't recognize Astro, you'll recognize the name Coaster Galaxy. Same player. He goes by Astro now. On the side again, it's Gray, Clixel, Hazy Days. These guys, veterans of the Rocket League Splash Series, Riptide Cup, but it's gonna be a tough match. There's actually got another raid coming in from Corporal Monkey Shines. So thank you for the raid, my friend. How was your stream? What were you streaming, Corporal Monkey Shines? Hopefully, it was some exciting Rocket League action for us. Actually, we've got another match coming up here. So we've got Evolve Skylight next to new Nomads from the Rocket League Splash Series. A best-of-5 series here. Evolve Skylight are 4-0. Next to new Nomads are 2-2. So we'll see. Can next to new Nomads topple Evolve Skylight? A tough question. There'll be an answer for it by the end of the series, but next to Nomads is going to require everything they know to take down Evolve Skylight. But so far, no other team has been able to do it. To be fair, I do consider next to Nomads one of the tougher challenges in this group. The team, they're just so consistent. They're just such a good team to kind of talk about when it comes to how good you are in terms of the Riptide Cup. Because this next to Nomads side is tough, but they are beatable. We've seen teams beat them on this stream. I know for Evolve Skylight, they've got to do it here as next to Nomads bringing the pace already. And it's Clixel with goal 1, and again, surprisingly slow from Evolve Skylight when it came to getting these challenges. And that's about as easy as we'll get for next to Nomads. They will win both those plays. This is next to new with the first strike, but they're far from done. Play only continues on for both these sides here as Skylight again right now. Just already my first viewing of this team, and already I have to comment they look a bit slow, and that is not a good sign. Because next to Nomads definitely are a team that will play fast and like to play with pace. It's something that they do pretty well. And Evolve Skylight again, I know this team definitely can play pretty quickly. So to not do that against next to Nomads, who are definitely bringing the pace as a factor, is a bit surprising. And so far, seeing Evolve Skylight playing a lot in the backfield, but no issue there for them as next to Nomads will look for the clear. Hazy Days gets past one, and that's wide open again for Clixel. He'll make it 2-0. Next to new Nomads slowly taking apart Evolve Skylight here. Evolve Skylight that just doesn't look ready for this series. It just looks a bit lackluster. Again, as I said, really doesn't look like the Evolve Skylight that I would recognize. But this game only has just begun. And for next to Nomads, again, they've done well to really come out with some early offense, really not let the fact that Skylight are maybe playing a bit slower than usual to hurt them here. They'll continue looking for offense. This one, pinched off the corner, Hazy Days to put in another open net and Evolve Skylight once again being caught with nobody in net. And it's just a Evolve Skylight that really surprised me. They're baffling me with just how weak they look. Like they used up all their energy before the series. What a strange game this has been already, but good thing is we might see an upset here, which would be absolutely incredible for the Rocket League Splash series. And next to your Nomads. Again, I've said a pretty good gatekeeper team when it comes to top of the league and not. I consider them one of those teams that you definitely have to play well against because they can beat anybody. I believe that they can. They play well enough that they can beat anyone. Because that anyone also does include Evolve Skylight because right now they're doing just that. Evolve Skylight just look, again, weak, lackluster, and they definitely look a little bit uninspired, but Borb trying to put one back. It will be saved away by Hazy Days, and for Evolve Skylight, their first real chance in the series, and after being well over 2 minutes of gameplay, Evolve Skylight have just not looked like Evolve Skylight. And another goal for next to Nomads, this one by Gray, and again, I promise you Evolve Skylight is 4-0, they aren't playing like it. I haven't seen this team yet this season, so maybe next to Nomads just have a really good counter for their playstyle. And right now they do, it's just Evolve Skylight giving them a lot of openness to look at. A lot of what Nomads are doing here is just challenging in places where usually teams don't challenge against Evolve Skylight. Usually teams are pretty scared of this side for obvious reasons. So often teams just won't challenge because of it, and Nomads, they aren't doing that. They, either because they don't recognize how scared Evolve Skylight actually can be, or because they don't respect Evolve Skylight. They're challenging a lot more early. They're really making Evolve Skylight have to earn these 50-50 wins, and Evolve Skylight, again, once they don't win them, they just aren't prepared for, for what's happened afterwards, which is the fact that they may send their last player up and have nobody in nets. Next to Nomads continuing the shots here. That one will be saved away by Borb, and Evolve Skylight once again just clearing the ball away. You can tell this team under a lot of pressure. And I mean, it's working right now. Next to Nomads with a 5th goal. This is a dominant game. What here from them? I am honestly quite surprised that any of this games would be this one-sided. And let's go in favor of next to Nomads, who I thought would have been the ones that play more of the defense this series, just due to the fact that Evolve Skylight are so aggressive. That just isn't happening here. Evolve Skylight will, right now, find nothing. It's next to Nomads, who have been the ones to be awake this game, to really bring the offense for Evolve Skylight. Again, as I mentioned, a surprisingly weak performance here on Manfield. If this continues for Evolve, they'll stand no chance at beating next to Nomads. This game 1, quite horrible for them. I would not be surprised if they even put in some subs. They do have subs waiting, so wouldn't be surprised if maybe this game leads them to making that decision. Yeah, this is an Evolve Skylight side that just is not ready. Does not play like they're ready. Going to struggle because of this. So next to Nomads came in, they played their offense, that's for sure. And it's going to succeed for now. They're the ones that definitely came in a lot more alert in the series, really did do their practice before this match. And this will allow next to Nomads to at least take game 1. And for them, in a series like this that could be so scary, I feel like this game is really going to do well to calm their fears. I mean, They don't look that scared to start with. They definitely aren't playing that way, as Haze will look for one more, but Astro won't let him. It's gonna hit to the ground here. We'll go into game number 2, and just a one-sided beatdown from next to the Nomads. Again, surprisingly slow from Evolve Skylight. The nice thing is, this game's finally over for them. Going into game 2, it's a clean slate, a clean match. Wouldn't be too surprised if we see those adjustments being made, especially for Evolve Skylight, who, right now are the ones that need it. Next new Nomads. Continuing to try to see if they can maybe create this in game 2, because, I mean, it's no easy feat. And again, I expect the Evolve Skylight to play a lot better than they did in game 1, but will they? I don't know. We'll see about that. Next Nomads, again, looked solid game 1. I mean, this in game 2, as I said, so often game 1 is kind of a throwaway game. You can't really allow it to be what predicts the series. And at least for now, I don't think it's going to be a great way to predict the series, because it was Evolve Skylight playing pretty weakly. As the series continues, I expect them to play at least a little bit better. I expect them actually to play a lot better than what they did, and probably take a couple games off next to Nomads if I had to guess. This game's going to be a lot more telling, I think, to how these teams are going to play, how Evolve's going to play, and how next to Nomads are going to play against it. Right now, Evolve looking for their first of the series. That one just off the post. Really catching Hazy Days, who was caught a field with low boost. Still no goals for either side here past the first minute, although next to Nomads, once again, a team that's finding more offense, finding the bumps as well. This play in front for Hazy Days, but he won't be there in time. Next to new Nomads, will send the ball out as Seas. Lixel bumped out, but in comes Borbs with it. Get some offense here for Evolve. Hazy Days. Gray bumped out of the way. Hazy's still going for it. And it's the Nomads. Once again, a miss from Astro. Leaves Quixel to the back wall. Borb won't be there, but he will get enough of it. And actually, the Nomads will be stopped short of the net. Evolve Skylight. Maybe not have nearly as much offense as... maybe they won't have as much offense as they wanted to, but their defense definitely playing a lot better. As Evolve Skylight back the other way, this net's wide open for Borb, and I just wanted to make sure that was going to go in with how bad the series has started off for Evolve Skylight. Even that play isn't a guarantee, so I love just, that is... Borb really wants to make sure he won't miss that shot. And for Evolve Skylight, their first goal of the series. Really trying to ease their way into it here against the Nomads, but the Nomads back to the way with Hazy Days. He goes to the back wall in front for Gray, but it will be Astro to keep him out. Evolve Skylight, who for now will keep their 1-0 lead, although it will be in danger with this offense for next to Nomads continuing to heat up and get better with every single play they have. As Gray in front, Quixel up to it first. That's off the crossbar, and it will be sent away by Evolve Skylight. Next to Nomads, not very far away from making this game tied. Scoring a lot more difficult, but still you can tell actually Nomads continuing to break through Evolve Skylight quite quickly here. And they're doing it repeatedly as well. As another play for Gray. Actually has a flip on this, I believe, but you won't have a chance to use it as Evolve Skylight. Will send everybody to get that block. The Nomads send everybody back to wait for the respawn rush. As Evolve Skylight. Going again. Hazy Days will keep the ball out, but not for long as Evolve Skylight continue to shoot. Still next to Nomads on the ball as a redirect. That one will be Astros, and next to Nomads again continuing to find that ingenuity on offense that we saw really work for them in Game 1. Here in Game 2 with a much tougher Evolve Skylight defense to deal with. Things are going to be a lot more difficult for them. And they're going to have to rely a lot more on being able to win by not many goals, not many chances. As Quixel, oh, he's missed that save. And it will be Evolve Skylight to make it 2 as a whiff from Gray, and that really doesn't do any justice for his teammates. Gray, hanging his head in shame, that's what he shouldn't be missing. But unfortunately for him, it will happen here in Game 2. And it gives Evolve Skylight an even bigger lead. As for the Nomads, they're still attacking. Clixel, they'll have C's to see that one out for Evolve Skylight. At this point for next to Nomads, just looking for one goal this game. They've struggled enough in getting chances upfield. A goal would be absolutely incredible for them. Again, with how tough this Evolve Skylight defense has played, and I haven't really mentioned too much about their defense. At least this series, I think it's a great example of how good their defense actually is. This team does so well at keeping the ball out of their nets. Although I did just curse them there, because here comes a play, and Azaze will take that one. And of course, as soon as I start talking about their defense for Evolve Skylights, it's next to Nomads who'll find a way to break through. And quite literally, with a demo like that. Bad timing. As Jen coming in to say, what rank is this? This is Champ 1 to Champ 3. Evolve Skylight versus next to Nomads in the Riptide Cup. We have the Rocket League Splash Series here. Evolve Skylight, a considerable force in the Splash Series with, again, had a perfect record so far, but next to Nomads, done well to really make this seemingly unbeatable team very beatable, very mortal. The amount of offense they're getting with the chance they're having on that net. Evolve Skylight are holding on, but it is not for a lack of trying from next to Nomads that they're trying to make this comeback. Although that time for them will run low here. And the prospect of ever coming back in this game seems gone, and while they will still have one more chance at that net, it will be an easy save for Evolve Skylight. And that's going to take game number 2 for them. Evolve Skylight have taken a game back. Series is close, but just look at the pressure. 70% field domination from next to Nomads. Again, they are controlling the offense, but it makes no difference if the Evolve Skylight defense does what we've seen them do in the past, which is just play out of their mind. Again, this Evolve Skylight side is incredible when it comes to playing defense. I didn't even mention it, but I think this series is a great example that, you know, it's not just their offense that's solid, it's their defense too. We saw that defense really be a big factor when they won the Ascension Cup. I mean, in that league, it's a lot of tough competition, so I mean, there was no shortage of tough teams for them to play against, but they still won that whole division. As we'll go into game number 3 here. The match point for either side. Evolve Skylight did take last game, just again by a very small margin, but it feels like with how close these teams are playing, that's going to be the kind of margins that will take these games. I don't think we're going to be seeing another multi-goal lead anytime soon. As again, these matches are getting closer and closer, and Evolve Skylight's defense starting to show us the difference here in the series, but that defense has got to be consistent. No easy feat against next Nomads, who we've already seen again absolutely control this series, you know, with how they're playing. And they only continue to do that here is an early goal from Hazy Days, and once again Evolve Skylight just caught the back wall here, and this time nobody there to challenge, and Hazy Days will be first to it. Great shot to the top of the net. Next to Nomads. We'll start game 3 in their favor. As off the kickoff, that's number 2! You take your eye off the play there. Kickoffs are usually so simple at this level, but every once in a while you'll see a great kickoff goal for one of these sides, and this time it's the Nomads who'll take it. A quick lead for them in this game, and Evolve Skylight, all that they've worked for in last game, now they've got to find that offense here this game, and no easy feat, but I might start it quickly here as Boar above the back wall. Hazy Days will stop him as his follow-up shot had little to no power on it. It will be the Nomads in field for number 3. I can't believe Gray didn't score that, though. That really should have been goal number 3. He'll go again, but this time it's seized to wait on it, and the Nomads who will concede some space here. Evolve Skylight. They'll with the ball away. Or will look to do that again here as he'll get past defenders. Hazy Days up for Gray as he'll look back for Clixel. Next to Nomads. Getting the passing in play. We've already mentioned so far this team is so pass-oriented from next to Nomads. And these players played in the season a couple times. In fact, Clixel has won the Riptide Cup before. These guys know very well that you're going to win based on the teamwork and your chemistry, not based on your solo plays. So that's why when you see so often on offense, this next to Nomad side isn't trying to score because by themselves. They've usually got support to back them up. It's great with some help there from Hazy Days, but Skylight won't break through, but they won't get that chance either as Clixel sends it right back. And the Nomads once again running away with this game. The defense from Skylight has to be consistent. It just isn't right now. And again, they're leaving their nets wide open here. Next to the Nomads aren't going to have any issue scoring when Evolve Skylight just give them nets that they won't miss. And against the Nomads, who look to make what would be quite an upset this season. Although with how it's playing, maybe it's more predictable than we thought. Evolve Skylight's side just isn't respecting the Nomads. And again, they're leaving their net far too open at too often. The Nomads, again, a win here would be absolutely important for them. And on a 2-2 record, they're not in a beautiful position, so every win matters, as now it's number 4. At this point for Evolve Skylight, they might have to just throw the white flag here. I mean, this game has been a disaster from start to finish. As that rock-solid defense, that one game 2 for Evolve Skylight, isn't there anymore. Yeah, the way they're playing, they're just playing defense simulator at this point. They are, and really one of the big issues right now, that they are just clearing the ball away. They aren't controlling it. The Evolve Skylight side usually so good at having, players that know each other for a long period of time. But again, their roster's undergone changes, and you're seeing that under effect because they just aren't looking for each other. Whereas on the other side for next to New, every play has a player that's waiting for it. I mean, just look at this. Hazy Days to Gray. Back to Hazy Days. The passes were already figured out. And it will be next to Nomads, who have already matched their incredible win in Game 1. I did not think we were going to see this again. But obviously, next to Nomads are proving to me this is consistent from them. And Evolve Sky's playstyle, again, it's right now so defensive. Usually this team is good at getting offensive, at least holding possession. Again, I do consider them pretty defensive overall on the side, but I mean, you're seeing that playstyle just not work here. Something about the Nomads' offense is just too tough for the Skylight side to respond against. Well, Skylight, a lot they have to work on here, as next to Nomads will look for goal number 6. Hazy Days won't get it there initially, but play chases down. Astro will clear. Gray, the nets. Borb will keep it out, but actually Nomads nearly making it 6-0. Oh, Skylight at this point just need to stop the bleeding and just stop this game. They're not going to come back in it, but really they can use it as a learning piece for them in the future. Gray to clear it out. He's chasing it. This ball continuing to just be next to the Nomads' possession. Just like last game, I think we're going to see them with a heavy amount of the field domination once again, but a lot more goals and a lot more strong offense to boot it. As this game will near to its end there, and I think for next to Nomads, they've given up on scoring at this point. And honestly, you can't blame them. It's 5-0. They don't need to score again. They'd love to go to the next game with this kind of momentum. Well, Skylight with absolutely nothing to show for it. It's a game 1, all repeated all over again. And for Evolve Skylight, we might see a first this season for them, and that is losing to an opponent. Skylight generally don't lose that often, but here might be a first for them. Is next to new Nomads of the next to new esports organization. I mean, just look at this again. A field domination at 67%. And the shots, well, oh dear, that is 17 shots to 1. So I don't know what to say about this game in this series. It really just has been next to Nomads with a perfect response to Evolve Skylight's defense. And that is just wait. They're waiting for chances. They're waiting for offense. They're making Evolve Skylight play against them. And they're making them struggle with it as we're going to game 4, but I don't know if the series is going to go further than that if next to Nomads continue this kind of offense. And Evolve Skylight just have not looked their usual self. Sticking with the same roster by the looks of it, but and they've got to figure something out if they're going to stick with the same 3 players. Because right now, they are doing nothing to slow next to new Nomads. And I worry for Evolve Skylight and their chances because they're not high. The fact of the matter is, if the 2 games that the Nomads have won, are in total a 10-0 goal difference, I don't know what to say about this. But we'll see. Next to Nomads, looking to give Evolve Skylight their first blemish on their record this season. Here in Game 4, this is their time to do it. So Evolve Skylight looking to try to keep their undefeated record here in the Splash Series. But against the veterans on the Nomads, these veterans seem to just know better. For Evolve Skylight, good luck to them, but they're going to need a lot this game. I think sway anybody's opinion that the Nomads shouldn't take this series. Because right now, everybody, I have a feeling, if you're watching this right now, you have to just comment that the Nomads are just playing better at this point. They're the better team. They just look a lot more deserving of a victory. Their playstyle, their offense, the Skylight just isn't handling it very well. The Nomads would love to end their night and their week with a win that really comes out of nowhere. Evolve Skylights, again, that defense was held them in Game 2, got them that win. Here in Game 4, it's going to be a little different. They need to, I don't think they're going to win just on defense itself. It's a lot of strain on one team. They've got to be able to just get to that midfield a lot quicker, a lot more. Listen, again, I think a lot of it just comes to how do they find each other in space? Because so often these such just aren't finding teammates as next to new Nomads are. That's the difference. The Nomads are a team that's finding each other. Skylight is not, and once again, a pass from the Nomads will lead to a goal here. Once again, they're the ones to lead against Evolve Skylight. This time, it's on match point, and it's with Evolve Skylight at a currently undefeated record that may be undefeated no more after this series. The pressure's on them to answer, and this might be their chance to do it if they continue the offense. Astro, this one, pinched over the back wall. It will be Clicksoul to keep it away, but Borb shot this one bouncing high, but it will be Gray there to meet him. And next to the Nomads to keep the ball away. 1 goal up. Looking for a lot more here is Gray. They won't get the fake on board. Evolve Skylight once again playing to the challenges, but they aren't winning them. And they're definitely not getting offense from them. The next to Nomads continue just to wait in the midfield for these chances. And, I mean, they're coming for them. They're getting great opportunities. And for next to Nomads, they're patient. They're just waiting because eventually a play's going to fall for them with the amount of offense, the amount of control they have in this series. And Evolve Skylight will have no chance to stop as Gray again up to the back wall for Clicksoul. No shot there. Hazy Days, he's up next. Nearly got bumped off the shot, but he will get enough of it. Still, Evolve Skylight see it out, and this game's staying at a 1-0 difference, but here's the Nomads who are looking far more likely to score next than Evolve Skylight. As C's. Clicksoul's gonna beat him! That's nearly goal 2 right there. A bad play from C's, just wasn't ready for the challenge, and the Nomads have been playing. They've loved those corners. And they're not stopping soon. As C's and Borb both jumping at it. Astro clear this ball away. It's Gray. Oh, what a pinch out for Clicksoul. That's just high the net. Next to Nomads getting closer and closer to what would be a 2-0 lead in the series. And above, Skylight just barely keeping this ball away. Actually, Nomads continue to play offense, and with how this game is going, I don't even think they need to score at this point to take this game. I mean, Evolve Skylight just aren't getting offense. And really, I think for Nomads, even if they don't score, I still think this game is more likely to be them to win it. Evolve Skylight looking to answer back. Lixel with the win on the 50. Seas and Astro both jumping to it as time running out. Gray to lob this one to the net, but it will go wide. And Evolve Skylight, well, for now, keep the ball out and keep themselves in it. Again, they are just not getting to these challenges. Seas with the clear. Astro's already up for it. Evolve Skylight keeping hope here in the series. But for the next two Nomads, 40 seconds away from this one! Oh, but a shot from Seas won't be blocked! And Evolve Skylight, out of nowhere, tie this game up! But an unlikely shot to go in. But for Evolve Skylight, it comes at the perfect time. This game, far from over. Evolve Skylight, maybe another one! Another long clear! This one will be kept out by Gray, but it was on target, so... But next to Nomads, these long touches from Evolve Skylight starting to become much more dangerous. And really, there's no way to predict when those kind of 50s do turn out to be goal scoring opportunities. Often they come out of nowhere, and at such a quick pace that you really can't be ready for it, as Evolve Skylight nearly did it there, but a long clear. Astro won't get the touch. Gray to take it. Astro saves it for Evolve Skylight, and this game keeps going. Astro again will hit this one to the ground, and we will go to overtime. Game 4 all of a sudden has gotten a lot more intense. Evolve Skylight still in it. Send this series to Champions Field, but next to Nomads to beat them, to take down the undefeated side. It won't happen on that play. Hazy Days now. His play on the ball. Aiming for Astro, but won't get much past him there. Now, the Nomads go again with Gray, but for Skylight. One of the players who was on this roster when they won the Ascension Cup Season 0. This team in Evolve Skylight is beatable. If you haven't seen this team lose, well, I can definitely bring you their run in the Black Lion Academy series this season. They didn't even make it to the playoffs. They had a record of 3-4 at the end of the season, so this team in Evolve Skylight can lose. It has done so before, but will they do it here? Yes, they will! Click Soul to end the series! And for the first time this season, Evolve Skylights fall to an opponent. Next to New Nomads take them down in 4 games. And for Evolve Skylight, their first loss of the season, this is a huge learning point for one team. And for the other, next to New Nomads, this game means everything. So much confidence at this point, and for such important reasons, to take down the best team in your league. Actually, Nomads have had a struggle of a season so far, but as I've said, this team has been one of those scary teams that you can never doubt. Once again, they prove they are not a team to mess with. That win will be theirs. Next to Nomads, with a victory that really was unpredictable. But they'll take it. They'll have no complaints. What a win that had to be for them. Again, one of the most insane moments I've seen as of recently. An upset that really was unexpected. Again, a 3-1 win next to the Nomads. An unlikely victory, but man, that's got to be one of the big storylines this week, for sure. But for next to new Nomads, a team that has struggled so far. Their record is 2-2. They have not had a very easy season to work with. What a win that's got to be is we're going to jump in, I think, with these players here from next to new Nomads. I can see they're already waiting for me. Is joining me here is Hazy Days and Clixol, a 3-1 victory. You take down what was the previously undefeated Evolve Skylight. Upset victory, but it really wasn't. You guys were the far better team that series. Your offense was incredible. At Hazy Days, what was it for you guys that allowed you guys to continue just playing so dominant? Because you really never looked like the weaker team that match.
I just feel like we went in with the confidence. We knew that we have a good offense that we can execute. Last week we had an off week. We kind of got caught off guard, and yeah, we just came out and executed what we wanted to. Communicated well.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, as I mentioned, this has not been a great season for you guys, at least so far, record-wise. 2-2 is not a great record going, and I mentioned you guys are pretty solid. Although, as you said, last week was rough. A field sweep lost to downshift. We saw that on the stream. It was not pretty. You guys got beat quite badly. Did that loss to downshift have any impact on how you guys kind of prepared for this series here, Clixel?
I wouldn't say so. I mean, it wasn't like Hazy said. We get caught off guard. We're still pretty new together. We don't have a whole lot of reps together either. So we got in this week and got with our coach and worked with our coach a little bit and just went into some ranked matches together and just got that chemistry up even more. And it just showed that we were dominant.
Yeah, but even so, Evolve Skylight, their defense is a tough one to beat. And for you guys, you had the way to beat them. Can you, for you guys, was it just the fact that you had the pressure that allowed you guys to win so convincingly, or what was it about you guys that allowed you to beat Evolve Skylight? Because their defense is not easy to beat, and you guys took down it quite easily.
I
Mainly
mean,
just communications, I think.
communication
Communicating,
and
letting people
rotation.
know. Yep.
Well, again, you
Rotation
guys.
too, for sure.
Again, you guys have definitely done it. You've played well. You have shown teams how to beat this Evolve Skylight side that is just so tough to do that against. And you guys now only 2 weeks left of your regular season, and a 3-2 record with your last match against HG Vertices and Adrenaline Esports Dropout. I mean, that was a pretty tough match. You still got some tough matches to come up, but I mean, for you guys, that's probably what was probably the scariest match so far this season. Your toughest match, at least on paper. And now that you're continuing on, the confidence is going to be running high for you guys, especially with the fact that those playoffs seem quite likely now with that win over Evolve Skylight. And Clixel, are you guys confident you're going to make it? How confident are you guys going to make it? Are you guys making it to the playoffs? Because for you, you've won the Riptide Cup before, so I'm sure you'd love to do it again.
I mean, I'm here with everyone. All three of us have been pretty veterans. Big veterans here. But I mean, it's not so much of confidence. Of course, we have the confidence. We take it week to week, but I'm pretty sure that us three together will get it. We'll get it there.
Again, I love to hear that. They're the next to new Nomads, another win on the stream. You guys have been here for I think 4 of your 5 matches this season. You guys continue to be here no matter what happens, and I love to see it. And congratulations on your win, a 3-1 over Evolve Skylight, taking down this incredibly difficult side. And before we go off, we're gonna get some shoutouts here from you guys, as you guys deserve here. We'll start with Hazy Days. You have any shoutouts, anything that you want to say, after this incredible win over Evolve?
Shout out to the org, end to end. They've been great. Shout out to my teammates for showing up and getting it done, executing. Clout Captain, appreciate your time and coaching and molding us into players who are not complete window lickers. And shout out to my wife for letting me play video games in the middle of the week. And last but not least, Mom, I love you.
Well, again, there you go. Your shoutouts again. A big win over Evolve Skylight. Now, Clixel, is there anything you have to say here? Is there anybody that you want to shout out specifically?
Just shout it into in, and especially our coach. Obviously, he been a big help in it, and Hazy and Gray together. I mean, we've all bounced ideas off each other, or things that we want to see different from each other, and appreciate everybody's communication.
Well, you guys played well. A 3-1 victory over Evolve Skylight. A win that is probably going to be one of the biggest stories this week, I have to assume. But again, congratulations on your win. You guys came in with confidence and you left with even more of it. Thank you so much for joining Haze Days and Clixel. Congratulations on your win, and I have a feeling we'll be seeing you guys again very soon this season. But for now, have a great night.
Thanks. Yep, I'm off to Helldivers.
There you go, a win for them. A big victory for this next to new esports Nomads sides, and for next to new, they had a ton of matches today. I believe, apparently they won all of them as an org, so that's pretty fun to talk about. Good on them. As again, a 2-1 victory. That's it for tonight. We'll take a look at our schedule one last time before we'll end the stream. Again, a Game 5 win for Gomen, and then next to Nomads with a 3-1 over Evolve Skylight. What are their matches? Again, no shortage of incredible action. As we're going to, I think, end this stream here. Just checking to see who's live. We'll get a raid going in here. Again, thank you all so much for joining the sportiest stream. It means so much to me to see you guys all be so supportive. But again, we'll be live again tomorrow with more matches. For now, though, have a great night. Take care. Be well. We'll see you again very, very soon.